Hey guys, this is Miss Lindo. This is homework help video for Module 3, Lesson 2. And I just wanted to go ahead and say that yesterday we had a sub, and today we were kind of trying to review yesterday's lesson and today's lesson. So I'm going to go over several things to help you guys with your homework tonight and just to kind of clear some misconceptions. So our I can statement for this lesson was I can count up and down between 100 and 220 using ones and tens. So today we talked a lot about place value. We practiced counting up and down within 100 and 220. So let's take a quick look at our homework. And I'm also going to show you some examples from the problem set, so that way you have some examples to help you with especially one of your problems tonight. So must do homework tonight is numbers 1, 2, and 3 on the front, and then number 4 will be the only must do on the back. And we're going to go over a problem set question before we go over number 4. But let's take a quick look. Number 1 says, how many are in all? So yesterday, the sub talked to you a little bit about counting, and you can skip counts to help you. You can group these to help you. So what you're going to do, you're going to write how many ones. So how many ones, and then what that equals in tens. So for example, we notice in the first column, they're grouped by 2. So we can skip count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we skip counted 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You can continue counting by 2s to see how many in all for how many ones. And then you also need to tell me how many tens. So think about it. This is one group of 10. So how many tens? And then also how many stars in all. Number 2 says these are bundles with 10 sticks in each. Letter A, how many tens are there? Not how many are there, but how many groups of 10. Letter B, how many hundreds? So if you want to put a box around the hundreds, that will help you. Letter C, how many sticks in all? So how many are there in all? Number 3, Sally did some counting. Look at her work. Explain why you think Sally counted this way. 177, 178, 179, 180, 190, 200, 210, 211, 212, 213, 214. So think about today, we were counting within the ones, and then we started counting by tens, and then back to the ones again. So just think about that as you look at this problem. Now let's take a quick look. This is a problem set. This is not on your child's homework tonight. This is something that we did in class together today. And I'm going to explain how we did it in class. And then I want to also encourage you to help your child use this strategy to solve. And this is just an easier way for us to see place value. So from here on out, we're also going to be talking about both ways to draw place value, but I'm going to encourage us to do this a little differently. So number 3 says draw, label, and box 85. So today, what we did in class, we started out talking about tens and what a 10 looks like, what hundreds look like, and then what ones look like. So if I'm going to draw 85 and put a box around it, that's the first step. So this is what we're going to do. This is a group of 10, and we just said that a 10 is bundled sticks, and so that's what the rubber band is. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. So we put, we put a box around 85. Then it says, draw pictures of the units you use to count up from 85 to 120. So we talked about how we have 85. We can think about going to the next group of 10, so we could add some ones to make a new 10, and then it would be easy for us to count up by tens to 120. So if we did that, we would start with 86, 87, 88, 89, and that would be 90. And I encouraged our students to write the numbers under as they were working on this so they knew. So this is 85, this is now 90. Now we're going to start counting up by tens again to get to 120. So 90, 100, 110, and then 120. Now, one thing that the students got a little confused with today was when we're talking about this, if we have hundreds, this is what a bundle of 100 looked like. This was 100, or our hundreds. Our tens looked like this because we had 10 sticks together, or 10 straws together that we bundled in a rubber band. And these were our ones. So hundreds, tens, and then these were our ones. I'm going to encourage our students to now draw this, and I think this will be easier for them to see because of the place value base 10 box that we use. So to represent hundreds, I'm going to encourage them to draw a box. For tens, I'm going to encourage them to draw a rod, and that equals 10. And this is a great connection to the quick 10 strategy. And then our ones will just be a dot. So instead of doing the bundles like we had talked about earlier, and the sub may have talked about this, or the sub may have given a different strategy, I'm going to encourage us to use the box for hundreds, a quick 10, and then ones. So let's take a quick look at number 4 together. So number 4 is your must do. You do not have to do number 5. Number 4 says, show a way to count from 68 using 130 using tens and ones. So explain why you chose to count this way. So what I'm going to encourage you to do, you need to start out with 68. So I want you to draw a representation of 68. This would be a good time to use the quick tens and quick ones like we talked about. So down here, I'm going to go ahead and draw for you tens. I'll go ahead and draw hundreds too, just so you have this reference. Our tens, and then our ones. So you can use this as a reference. Remember, you're going to start with 68. So you're going to draw that first, and then you're going to count on to 130. Does that mean you need to use ones for the entire way to 130? We need to think about that. If it's easier for us to skip count and use a group of 10, do that to help you. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, parents, for your flexibility. I really appreciate all of the positive support. Our students are amazing, and I just love working with them every single day. Thank you for sharing them with me. Have a wonderful evening.